Psst, psst, come here. Closer. I have something to tell you. It's very important. The American Revolution isn't what you thought it was. Yes, it was a war, and yes, America won its independence from Britain, but it didn't start out that way. The French owned territory west of the Allegheny Mountains. It was called the Ohio Valley. It was beautiful territory. The Americans wanted to settle there, and the British would like to own it. What resulted was the 7 Years' War, which we have also called the Native American War, because the French joined up with the Indians to stop British American expansion. Well, the French lost, but the war was very expensive, and it nearly bankrupted England. So Parliament decided, hey, let's get the Americans to pay for this. Besides, they're the ones that are going to enjoy it anyway, so they should have to pay for the war. So they began to tax Americans very heavily. Americans were not thrilled with being taxed, but even more so, they didn't like having new laws put on them without being represented in Parliament. To top things off, Britain banned paper money, which meant all taxes had to be paid in silver and gold, and it had to all be sent to England. People were broke. Foreclosure rates soared through the roof. Merchants closed the doors. Farmers lost land. Wealthy were starving. It didn't matter who you were. Americans tried to reconcile this, but Britain just wouldn't do what they were supposed to do. Britain just snubbed the Americans, as they continue to do. On top of that, in the midst of a height of frustration, the Massachusetts governor decided to help prevent a rebellion by banning and confiscating guns and ammunition. And so he sent troops to do that very thing, which of course resulted in the very rebellion he was trying to stop. When the first shots were fired, I'm sure he was pretty surprised about that. Needless to say, the rest is history. From 1763 to 1785, from 1763 to 1777, from 1775 to 1783, the American Revolution was fought, and the Americans won their independence. They built a new country based on freedom, independent, in principles of freedom, principles of freedom, individual, personal responsibility and accountability. Everybody had to provide for themselves. Strange concepts today, I know. Anyway, it was a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Something that had never happened before. And that is how it all happened. Thank you very much.